broker.
Well, the headline reads, Tess Holliday health is none of your business. Tess identifies herself as, quote, a fat woman. She is now the cover model for Self's first ever digital issue.
This is fantastic. Welcome back to Access Live. Scott Evans and comedian Melissa Peterman are with us today. And let's welcome Tess in from New York. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello. I heard you guys were talking about big butts, so I just thought I'd pop in and say hi.
So right, you like big butts.
A big butt ain't going outside, right?
I have a gigantic butt, as you guys can see, so, you know, I'm all about it. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
We're so excited. We're so excited about the cover that we put up. And I love on your Instagram, following the cover, you did a full nude, and the message was like, sort of the hater's gonna hate. You're just gonna do you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I spent so long explaining to myself why people should like me and accept me and think that I'm healthy. And then you realize that, like, you know, you have to just do your own thing at the end of the day and ignore everybody else.
Well, and
I love it.
The concern, or the reaction, I guess, was mixed. And you said you've gotten accustomed, though, to what you call concern trolls. What do you mean by concern trolls, and what are they telling you?
It's basically people that pretend to care about you, like these people that are coming on saying, like, you know, I'm having to pay all of this money for your health insurance or whatever, and you're like, boo, I pay my own health insurance. Don't worry about me. You know what I mean? Worry about yourself. But it's faux concern that they're just trolling, and I'm not in any way here for that or will accept it.
I have to say, I was surprised to hear you say that, like, you're taking back the word fat and are good with being called fat or calling yourself fat. I don't know of a lot of women, big or small, who would welcome.
It's curvy. It's plus size. Like, those are the terms that we get used to hearing.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, it definitely catches them off guard. Like, at least a few times a day when I say that I'm fat, people will try and comfort me and say, no, you're not. And I'm like, I am. I'm fat, but I'm also, you know, a mom, a redhead, you know, pizza enthusiast, like I said earlier. Like, I'm a lot of things, like, you know, but yeah, I am fat. But, you know, I had to take the hurt out of that word because it was destroying my life. And now, you know, I'm able to be happy and thrive in this body, and it's great.
When you see somebody like we just had Elle Macpherson, what she was talking about, getting your summer body ready, or when you hear people talk like that, what do you make of that conversation?
I was listening to you guys talk, and I mean, I definitely agree that everybody's on their own journey and doing their own thing, and we have to respect that. I mean, as long as she's not telling other people that this is how you have to be, then that's fine. But for her, she was just sharing what she does, and that's great. Leading up to my beach body, I'm definitely going to have some protein smoothies. I'm going to have some pizza, probably some fried chicken. Because let me tell you, when you're this fat, it doesn't matter if you have some green smoothies a month leading up to the beach. It's not.
And you know what? This body is year-round. Summer, spring, fall, winter.
Exactly. I'm prepared for any season.
I love it. So, Tess, you've been very open about talking about your postpartum depression. What kind of what did you do to deal with that after you gave birth to your son?
Well, there was, it was really, that's when I don't have jokes, because it was such a hard time. I realized through dealing with postpartum that I wasn't taking care of myself. I was doing really no self-care mentally and emotionally. So once I realized that I had severe postpartum, I went to my doctor. I started taking medication. I started meditating. I have essential oils with me today. I have to take care of myself, because if I don't, I can't take care of my family.
I love, Tess, how open you are, too. You talk about your husband. You say mental illness is not a personal failure. And then you talked about you. You said you're having a hard week mentally, and you put up the suicide hotline, and you said, I've called that number before. Where were you at that time in your life?
I was a young mom. It was when I had my 12-year-old, so I was around 22, 23 and struggling. It was when I was kind of starting to start the career I have now, and I wasn't sure where my life was, and I felt really alone. So I've definitely had the resources like the suicide hotline and friends and counselors along the way, but not everyone's so lucky. And there's so much shame and stigma around mental illness. And I see how much it affects my husband and therefore people around us sometimes. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with him or anyone else that suffers with things like that, or me going through postpartum. It's just who we are, and you just have to find people around you that love and support you if you're fortunate enough.
And Tess, I think you said in the article in Self that people so often when they look at you, they don't see your happiness. Instead, they see your waistline. What do you say to people out there who look at you that way?
I mean, I always forget on your show if I'm allowed to cuss or not, but I would say probably not, but I just say F them. I don't care. Like, the more people don't like me, the more engagement I get, the more followers I get. So I don't really care if people don't like me. I'm not living my life for anyone else but myself. And, you know, some days, yeah, it does hurt, but I just have to remind myself that it's their issues and not mine.
Good job, Tess. Well, we just
you.
love you. We know you're happy.